What up? And welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen. The Jujutsu Kaisen edition of From the Script to the Screen. As always, first and foremost, gotta give a shout out to the creator. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing it, but I always say Gege Akutami. And shout out to Mappa Studios for giving us this great piece of work. Like I've said many times on the channel, Mappa's bringing a lot of my favorite mangas to life and doing a great job at it. Jujutsu Kaisen is no different. This first episode was a treat. Love the new opening. Gives us a lot to look forward to with the introduction of some new characters. The first episode of season 2 is more of a flashback, and we get some background or some history on Gojo and Geto in their first couple years when they were Jujutsu students. Season 2 starts off from volume 8. They covered chapters 65 and 66 this week. The episode starts off with Utahime and Mei investigating a crime scene, I guess you could say. And Mappa did extend a couple things in this episode. We see that Mei is somewhat of a senior to Utahime, and she's somewhat examining her in this episode. I felt like Mappa did a great job of setting the scene. In the start of the episode, it feels like they're really in a haunted location. It was pretty funny to see how scared Utahime was. And in the present story, it doesn't seem like she's so impressionable. Doesn't seem like she's somebody that would be scared so easily. So it was funny seeing her panic around this whole house. Something I enjoyed seeing this week. And Mappa did switch up the setting of this scene a little bit. In the episode, Mei is somewhat of the senior to Utahime, and so she's examining her and quizzing her on exactly what's going on, and if she can understand what the cursed spirit is actually trying to do. Compared to where in the manga they kind of come to this result together. It's not really like a test that she's undergoing. So I thought that was pretty cool that they switched that up and added that element to the story. And here's where we get introduced to young Gojo and young Geto. And something that I think is interesting is that here we see just how different they are compared to what we know them to be in the current story. Gojo is somebody that's pretty cocky. And even though he is still pretty sure of himself, in the present time, he has a little bit more sympathy for the common man. And here in this flashback, he doesn't necessarily feel that way. At least, not yet. And so we see him walk around like he don't stink, basically. And Geto's the one that's actually trying to talk him into being more humble and to try to be, I guess you could say, more approachable to people. So all I can say at this point is that obviously something happened to change this dynamic, because again, if you've seen the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie or read the volume, you know that both of these guys' outlook drastically changes. So it's gonna be cool to see this transition as we go along. The end of the episode ended with a bomb, literally. And disclaimer, make sure you've seen the episode. I don't think it'll be much of a surprise by now. The name has been dropped, and you could see a little bit of the similarities, but at the end of the episode, we do get to see Toji Fushiguro who is Megumi's father and is also on the cover of Volume 8. We've been waiting to see this moment. A great character in my opinion. Looking forward to see him getting busy. We know that the Zenin are very powerful, so you already know what to expect from this guy. We know that his presence is going to change things, and so we'll see what happens. Again, everybody's after this girl, the Star Plasma Vessel. We know that she's valuable and very important to Tengen. Like I said during my stream, this is a very important arc because we do get a lot of information about some things that come into play later on in the future. I guess you could say this is what got the ball rolling for some things. So gotta pay attention. I know I told myself I'm gonna make sure I remember the details because Tengen is very important to the plot. So definitely gotta pay attention to what his curse technique is. It's important. But with that being said, man, looking forward to the rest of the season. Let me know what y'all thought about the first episode and what are y'all looking forward to in this season. And we out. Peace.